I thought this was gonna be them supporting him. Are they trying to like drag him down?
You know how in Love in Paradise, Calypso's trying to use like them to like, and like even in like Suffering, like, you know, the sirens disguised as Penelope saying, let me take the suffering from you, and it's Odysseus resisting dying, it's him resisting giving up. And you have the same thing in Love in Paradise where he's trying to resist Calypso, and he's trying to get home, and she's pulling back to Polites, Eurylochus, all of them. And it feels like in this moment it's like he's aggressively fighting death, and he just wants to join all of the people he's lost. But no.
Is this still getting the water?
I don't think so. It's a new animatic. I think this might be 600 strike.
Okay, yes, so that's what we need to talk about.
His eyes! Why are they red?
They're so bloodshot. He's in salt water.
I mean, okay, you know what?
He's opening his eyes in the ocean.
Base. Thank you, Lissum, for the scientific knowledge.
So, theory.
Theory. Do you want to cook it?
Okay,
yeah.
So I first heard this theory from a friend of mine who...
Luke is here.
Luke is here?
I think so.
Sup, Zeus?
Hi, Zeus!
So, apparently, we heard this clip that just played. That sounds like Aeolus's thing. The pipes.
Yeah.
And so we thought about this theory when we saw the Windbag, because so the theory is just that Aeolus comes back and like helps in the fight.
But my thing is, like, see, I thought that until I knew that Hermes was going to bring back the Windbag in Dangerous. Now I'm wondering if the only reason that motif plays is because he has the Windbag at all.
Maybe Hermes or Athena shows up. We know nothing about what happens in 600 Strike.
I think it might just be implying that he's going to whip the Windbag out and do some stuff with it.
That did work last time.
It did. Did it? Did it though?
It got him away from Poseidon.
You know,
Any last words? All I gotta do is open this bag. I mean, it saved him.
You know, I'm just gonna agree with Lissum, because you'll never hear me say this again, but a lot of the times Lissum is right.
My theory, it's more of a hope, because it's the coolest thing I can possibly imagine, is Hades bringing back 600 men.
Luke says red eyes equals Ares, question mark.
Luke
Holtz in our reaction. I can't, but no, red eyes equals Ares, maybe.
Potentially.
That would be. But my question is, like, why and how? I guess we'll find out. But,
yeah.
Like,
only one way to find out.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
That's a Windbag.
What? He's using it to get a walking jetpack!
Is this? No.
Wait,
isn't it animation or is this like live action?
I can't quite tell.
I think it's animation.
Yeah.
I don't think you seem to get it. I can't afford to die, 'cause I will get back to my son. And I will get back to my wife!
They're fighting.
For every comrade, every one of my friends, almost all of whom were slaughtered by your hand. 600 strike!
He's okay. I just
Go. What's cooking?
What he's doing right now
Yeah.
is a move directly from Final Fantasy.
Really?
Where, yeah, it is an iconic move. I know Jorge has taken so much inspiration from Final Fantasy, and literally, I only know this because in Smash Bros, Cloud
Not
from Final
Smash
Fantasy.
Bros.
Shut up!
The
Shut up!
reason you freaking know this.
Shut up! You sound like my parents. Anytime they added like a secondary Final Smash for Cloud, where he splits apart his sword into, I think, like 7 pieces, and he dashes around slicing with all of them in this exact way, like camera angle, everything. It's so cool. And he does that against Sephiroth, who Poseidon is based off of.
That's really cool info. Oh my god.
You could not have sounded more disingenuous if
No,
you...
I'm not even...
I'm kidding.
All right, I might as well just let Lissum react now.
We're going back.
Don't
Oh
worry
my
about
god,
it.
this
Don't
is
worry,
so
I'm
good.
not here. All right, I'm back.
Almost all of whom were slaughtered by your hand. 600 strike!
Get it. Odysseus. Bang. Bang. What you gonna do about it, champ?
You idiot. Can't you see? You sealed your fate just to beat me. You released my storm when you opened that bag. Blocked your one-way home. Now you'll never get back. You're going to call off that storm.
Whoa. I don't want to talk about
Or
that.
what? You can't kill me. Exactly.
Torture him.
Wait. Wait! Ah! How does it feel to be helpless? How does it feel to know pain? I watched my friends die in horror, crying as they were all slain. I heard their final moments, calling their captain in vain. Look what you turned me into. Look what we've become. Enough. All of the pain that I've been through. Haven't I suffered enough? You didn't stop when I begged you.
Yes.
Told me to close my heart. You said the world was dark. Didn't you say that ruthlessness is mercy upon our heart? All right. Please. After everything you've done, how will you sleep at night? Next to my wife.
Oh my god. What?
That was so much better than I could have possibly imagined. That was so cool.
Next to my wife. Odysseus!
Not even beat a god, but literally got the god to beg. Oh my god, that's so good.
He deserved this moment.
Yeah, he did this
And
to
has to
himself.
feel no shame. And when I say feel no shame, I mean Odysseus for stabbing that son of a god. I'm pressed for many reasons. And there's a lot to unpack.
Press being like undecided.
Pressed like mad. But like not
Okay.
mad at it.
What you pressed about, girl?
A lot! Just like a lot. And I don't even know if I can like accurately unpack it, and I feel like you have to start talking so I can riff off of you
Hold
because
on, I'll
I'm not.
bust out the. I need like a therapist pad.
Oh.
Let's dive in. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings here?
Well, why don't we like go through each of the songs and just talk a little bit?
Yeah.
So, I'm Not Sorry for Loving You. I feel like I have to release an entire breakdown video just about that song. Not just because of how beautiful it is and how catchy it is and how incredible it is, but just because now we have the full song, now we have the full context, and I feel like what I was saying was right. Now, it's all up for interpretation.
Are you
know?
guys okay? Someone
No.
said no, absolutely
No.
not. I was okay.
And now we have to go back to freaking Casper and Mortius and act like we don't know anything. It was animated so well.
Every part of it. Huge shout out. We're gonna when we go through, we'll shout out all the animators
Yeah,
again.
absolutely.
Because I didn't catch who did
Every
like
single
all
animator
everything in
did so.
600 Strike.
But yeah.
So sorry, what were you saying about Not Sorry for Loving You?
Oh, just like just kind of this similar stuff that I was saying earlier about Calypso as a character and how I feel like when it comes to interpreting not just literature, not just like music, really any piece of media, it's like it's important to remember source material, what's built off of the source material, and what is the difference between the source material and the new work, and why does that difference matter? A lot
Because it does.
It does matter. And even though I think that this particular adaptation of the Odyssey is trying to do something different with the story, I don't think that people should piss on it the way that they do. There's a lot of people in the epic community that are very, Calypso needs to be put in a bag and thrown in the ocean. And I get it, you know, because what happens to Odysseus is wrong. What happens to Odysseus in the original Odyssey, super messed up, super wrong, and nobody should ever justify it. But this is a different interpretation of the Odyssey. And since there are changes, as consumers, we have to ask ourselves, why?
Consumers?
I'm serious. Fine. As listeners, we have to ask ourselves, why? Why were those changes made? What is the purpose, you know, of making those changes, and what messages can we take?
Yeah, every decision there was so deliberate.
And I think something I want to say before we move on to talking about the other songs is that everybody's going to have different opinions about these characters. Always. Everybody's going to resonate with different things. Everybody's going to have different things to say. And I feel like the epic community is such a precious community, and that having open arms about these characters, about these issues, about these things that continue coming up in the fandom will not just help us become more educated about these important topics, but it'll also help us come closer together and learn more about the stuff that we love. And I feel like approaching these things, I'm serious though, I mean like approaching these things with a positive energy is going to be what keeps this fandom alive and what keeps it as beautiful as it is in the way that we love it. And I hope that, like, after this saga, even people that don't like Calypso can still be friendly with everybody else in the fandom that maybe does. And same vice versa. If you like Calypso, you shouldn't be rude to someone who doesn't. It's just a piece of media that we love. You know what I'm saying?
Love doesn't even seem like a strong enough
It's
word.
not. Love is not a strong enough word for what Epic the Musical does to us. But do you have any thoughts about, because you were talking about the drums, you were talking about and the way that this song was hitting you. I'm very curious.
Looking back on my reactions and stuff, this was my least anticipated song.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds so negative because I was still so looking forward to it. It's just that every other song sounded like my exact cup of tea. I gotta say, there's two things that determine whether I really like a song. A, does it make my heart beat and make me picture a fight scene? B, is it fun to sing? I didn't even consider that this was gonna be so fun to sing.
Yeah.
So I am loving this song just for a different reason.
So like when you're listening to Epic and you're enjoying Epic as like a thing that you like, you do it mostly for the music and less so for the story. Because for me, I'm super invested in like the story that's going on and like all of that. And like I love the music too.
I love the story. I feel like I'm getting the sense that I look for things more on like a beat to beat basis, like zoomed in more almost. You're looking at the bigger picture, whereas I'm like, I really liked that one pose Odie struck just before he stabbed Poseidon for the sixth
Right. Meanwhile,
time.
I'm over here with my freaking conspiracy string board. Like, how does everything connect?
Yeah, and I can't connect that.
But
stuff.
but you find the things I don't listen. Animatic. I want to talk about Gigi. Gigi.
Yeah.
This. I mean, she already knows, but Gigi. Wow. Like, I'm so surprised I didn't cry. I was doing my best to hold it back because I was like, no, I'm not about to be.
The fact that pure white is used exclusively for rim lighting and tears is so cute. The tears, every time she cries, it's so sad.
But
This
not
right
in
here,
the way
when he
that
walks
you
away,
want me to.
and she just...
And the way that she's behaving in this animatic, her body language, the way that she doesn't come across as somebody who's like, you know, trying to freaking stay on my freaking island.
No,
Ross.
she's
comes
not.
No.
She's being super chill about it and just recognizing
She's
that the
heartbroken.
feelings I feel, they suck. I know that we're in a situation where it doesn't really matter what I say, but I'm just telling you, I feel like crap right now.
Yeah, and that's
okay. Sometimes you need that.
sometimes you really do need.
You gotta sing about how crappy you
Sometimes
feel.
you really do have to sing about how crappy you feel. She's not sorry for the way that she feels.
And I think this is really cute because in a situation where it's like, I love you, you don't love me, I feel like the worst advice you can ever give is stop loving me.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
No.
But if you can just say, I love you, I know that has nothing, it's not gonna happen or anything, but
And that's
it feels like crap.
this moment.
Just
felt-
acknowledge it.
This moment felt very, you know, it could have gone a million different ways, but Odysseus, like, you know, finally he's being rescued, stands on business. He's like, says that he doesn't love her. It feels like she has this moment where she finally resonates it, but still like takes it as a fact, but still doesn't understand why.
How do you feel about the way he handled it? Because literally, I think he just said one or two lines, literally like, I don't feel the way you want me to, and then walked away.
It's not Odysseus's responsibility to take care of her feelings, and I think it's not. And like, that's a big issue that a lot of people have with Odysseus and Calypso's relationship, and the people that sympathize for Calypso that start, like, you know, acting like, why did Odysseus do that? It's like, Odysseus is just as much trapped as she is. They have no obligation to each other, and I think that she understands that but can't stop her feelings, and it hurts and it's painful. You know, this is her 600 strike being stabbed in the chest. You know, this is her realizing that and having to live with it, and then go back in being in complete isolation on this island alone after Odysseus was the last person that she had.
It's such a clever way of showing that he hasn't gone soft, because he's
Yeah.
not doing anything violent here.
No.
But I would have assumed, and going into this saga, my thoughts were, okay, where are we at Odysseus character wise? He just watched his ruthlessness get pretty much everyone killed. He has been stuck with the ghosts of his past on this island for, what was it, 7 years?
Yeah.
And he, with this one woman, I think his defenses would have broken down. He might have started to care about her. He probably, you know, maybe even started to love her a little bit, or not forget about Penelope. We've seen that's like not really an option,
You can
but
have real love for a person that is really strong, powerful, and important that
And
isn't
platonic.
romantic
Yeah.
at all.
But I assumed all of that. I was like, okay, we're starting this saga with Odie as a broken man. His resolve is going to need to be built back up.
Mm-hmm.
But the callous way he handles this, I'm like, I was wrong. All right, setting it up, immediately going into the saga. He is still dead set, has one goal in mind, will do whatever. And that is so cool.
He's
to
callous, he's cold, but you can still tell he feels horrible about it.
Yeah, he like, I'm sure, I feel like there was a moment he looked back.
love with you. Hey, thought I fell in love with you. Why did I fall in love with you? Why did I fall in love with you?
And it's like the fact that he had a raft ready to go means that this whole time he was like, I'm not here. This isn't the end. I'm literally just waiting until something happens that I can leave. He was ready to go.
Now I'm curious about the raft lore. Like, did he build it right before the song?
I imagine that's probably like he built it day 3 of being there and tried sailing away, and
Or
some
just
magic
sailing
brought
away.
him back. Yeah.
Poor Odysseus.
Do you think he's just like fishing the entire way home? Because he's just got that raft. He can't like carry food with him.
How has Odysseus eaten?
Guys, where does he poop?
Where does Odysseus? Odysseus, where did you poop?
Hermes, look that way. I'm gonna go take a dookie off the side of the boat.
A Stephen Dookie.
No, don't say that. I'm cutting that. I'm
You will-
sorry,
you-
Steven.
no,
I'm so sorry,
Steven,
Steven.
we're leaving that in. We're
Oh, I
leaving
forgot
that in.
he's your freaking op.
Stephen Dookie isn't my op. Polites is. For those who know, you know. For those who don't, I'm sorry.
If you know, you know.
Dangerous. This
Dangerous.
animatic.
Moana during this saga.
I actually didn't at
You
all.
didn't think of Moana
Not
once?
once.
Really?
Yeah.
When we were on the beach, I was like,
No.
oh, cool. This is kind of like, he's got a raft, kind of like she does.
Yeah, with the Winions.
So I guess they went to Aeolus and were like, hey, Zeus said I
I-
killed my daughter and I feel bad, so can you make another windbag?
I guess. Well, that one line where Hermes is like, "We worked so hard to get this." I'm like, what did you do?
Side quest where off screen Hermes pulls a windbag heist
I
with
want to
a
see
bunch
the
of
exchange
minions.
with Hermes and Aeolus to get that bag. What happened? That's the room where it happened right there.
That's the room where it happened.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm also this jumps a little bit ahead to the end, but like that part where the windbag was just coincidentally on the tip of the trident. I don't know if I liked that.
Really?
It felt kind of like, oh,
I
like, I wish it
think-
made more sense.
I did think like, how did that get there? I didn't see
Yeah.
it there before. At first I was like, oh, of all his belongings, really the windbag's there. And then I'm like, wait, what other belongings?
Yeah.
Like when he
Well,
got thrown in the water, it would be him,
I
the
just
clothes on his
saw-
back, and the windbag.
I'm gonna go through and watch real close. Does he have the windbag on him the whole time?
Yeah, we'll see. I've always been told
It literally doesn't
in
matter. It's a-
storytelling, coincidences can get characters into trouble. It should never get them out of it.
Well, it's a beautiful animation. Like, to be clear,
Yeah.
I have no trouble with it. Absolutely incredible. I pay attention to those little nitpicky things for no reason because I'm curious about them.
Everything feels windy and flowy. You can feel the wind
Yeah.
pushing the sail. Do you think do you think Odie put it together? No? You think he's like,
He hasn't heard from Athena in forever. He thinks she's just gone.
that's true. Well, I mean, he was calling out for help from
Yeah,
her.
but didn't get a response. Imagine how painful that is. And who knows, like, the gap of time between that and when Hermes actually shows up.
That's true.
I feel like he doesn't know, but that's just me.
Okay.
Do you think he knows?
What other god is he close with? Who hasn't he pissed off? Like, who would fight
Who
so...
hasn't he pissed off?
But I guess in his mind right now, he did piss off Athena. So
Yeah.
that's the last thing he remembers.
Yeah, she left.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
she left
I
and she
feel
was like, mm-mm.
it could
I'm
be
done with
crossing
you.
his mind, but I'm not sure if he would necessarily believe it, considering it's
Honestly,
been so long.
I imagine in his mind he goes, I'm just gonna take the win. I won't think too hard about how I got here. I'm taking it. Someone
Yeah.
thought for me. Thank you,
Where's
whoever it was.
Psycho?
This no when he realizes what's happening
Yeah.
with Poseidon. Tide like reverses.
No!
We're probably gonna butcher
Yup.
your name.
Ainoa Velasco.
That sounds right. I know of Velasco.
Ainoa
We could be
Velasco.
wrong.
So sorry if we're butchering that.
We still love you. Actually, we
But
love
your
you so
art, get in my mouth. I want to eat it. It is so tasty looking.
much. Scrum diddlyumptious, I suppose. We're such good quality content makers. I'm totally not like blocking the camera trying to fix
She
this.
keeps doing this worm thing at me.
What do you mean?
The little... What is this?
What is this?
Okay. Now, I wonder what the thought process here was. If Jorge said... The more I think about it, the more this is a dumb question, and I definitely know the answer. But I was going to say, like, did Jorge say, I want this part to be in crazy 3D, like, VFX. I'm going to go to this artist. Hey, do it. Or did he go to an artist, say, like, can you do an animatic for me? And then they went, I have the perfect style.
I'm
But
curious.
he definitely, like, looks at an artist's wheelhouse and stuff before he picks. He must. I mean, I assume that's why I got to do Little Wolf, is because I'm the video game guy. And he wanted it to be video gamey. So... No, he definitely wanted this to be probably so he could get it to look like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, and it looks really, really good.
Yeah, there's no Windbag on it there. You know what? I remember someone sent me a screenshot of Jorge during the live. He had said something like, by the way, Odie's cloak has inventory powers.
Oh.
Maybe that's what this is. He popped it out of his inventory real quick. The Windbag.
Off camera for him explaining the inventory. Crazy.
She didn't want to hear it.
I
That's
did.
fine.
It's just
No, I get it. You don't want to hear me be a nerd. My god, the way this switches for the animation styles and the music as soon as he breaks the water. He has red eyes too.
He does.
Odie has red eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Why does Odysseus have red eyes? Is he dark quick
Honey, sweetie, baby girl. If you go back, that was Odysseus the whole time. That's him locking in.
Wait.
Yeah, Pookie. That's Odysseus locking in under the water. He's about to die. His eyes open. Red. He grabs the thing. He gets it. He shoots
Why did I
up.
think that was Poseidon?
It's not Poseidon. That's our boy. Odysseus.
Okay, that makes now these things make more sense.
I think, yeah. Because I think
He's choosing bloodshed.
No, wait. Ares is the one who asks, "Is she dead?"
Is she dead? Guess I have to go take her place.
Ares is the one
What if
that
like Ares really wanted to like be his patron or the one who grants him his dark quick thought, but Athena was keeping him at bay, and then Athena goes down, he's like, I'm swooping in.
Well, it makes a lot of sense actually because Athena is way more methodical and she's been begging him to be ruthless, and Ares is the embodiment
And time
of what
slows
he needs
down,
to do.
and his ultimate 600 strike slows down Poseidon while he's dashing around.
That I feel like
He's-
it is.
He's
I
so
think
in dark quick thought
he's in
right
dark
now.
quick thought right now.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Ares, for saving our man Odysseus.
Yes.
But
yeah,
that's-
that is
Just so
obviously
you guys
just
know,
a theory.
it's just a theory, a Meadow and Lissum reaction theory.
We all know Jorge's all about those like hints in the music. I wonder if someone better at music can like cross analyze. Is there some sort of Ares background thing? Because he didn't have much in his part.
No.
It was like, is there, I don't know, some Ares drums, like the same drums that were used or something in the background?
We're gonna have to find out.
Yeah, we'll have to dig deep on this. And I was thinking about that earlier. Like without this animatic, you have to still be able to somewhat visualize this in your mind. What's happening?
Yeah.
And I realized they never like say, he's strapped on the Windbag as a jetpack.
No.
But those Windbag motifs that made us think maybe Aeolus comes back or something,
Mm-hmm.
like that is now a motif for an item, and when you hear that motif, he just pulled out that item and is doing something with it.
Right.
So he released the storm. Like it's so clever. I don't know how he makes it perfect for both just listening and animatics.
And there's different ways that you perceive not just the plot, but like I guess the entire musical itself, based on if you're listening, based on if you're listening with the animatic, based on, there's going to be all of these future epic projects that are really large that are going to change the way that everything is perceived, which honestly I'm very excited for. Liam Davidson Epic the video game, but I'm very, very excited to see like what all these projects do like for the story and the cinematic universe like of Epic. It's a very exciting thing, and it's so cool that we get to be a part of it. Like thank you guys all for being here and like watching us react to Vengeance Saga.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you,
this
everybody.
is the dream,
Feels so good.
dream come true, Lissum. I was just so happy. Like the
Yeah.
satisfaction I felt
Seeing him get
deeply
what's
in
his.
my body when Odysseus finally just got to clap Poseidon for everything he's done.
I was telling you how I really like villains who aren't really villains. Like, you shouldn't be able to point to good guys, bad guys.
Yeah.
But there was a period where people were getting tired of that being all the time. And like when, say, Puss in Boots came out, people were like, oh, finally, a return to just a villain you can hate
Right.
and feel great when they get what's coming to them.
Exactly.
Epic managed to have that as well.
The buildup of the entire musical to this moment is so powerful, and it makes this moment so satisfying. But the ending, you know, I'm so excited for the next saga.
I can't believe we get a whole other saga after this.
It's the last one, though.
Shh, don't say that. Don't make me think about that. Don't say that.
I'm sorry, we're gonna have a lot to do with Epic, even when it's done.
I know. This community's never dying, baby.
Never dying. As long as Lissam and I are on this planet.
All right, what do you say we wrap up?
All right, I say we wrap up.
Thank you so much to everyone on TikTok who's here for the live.
Seriously.
Thank you to everybody who watched this video. That will be up on YouTube. Our first reaction
Our first
stuff.
ever reaction. There's not a lot up
everything
on
goes
my
well.
channel. There's nothing up on my channel, but there will be soon.
We're gonna upload this. You're gonna hit 1 million subscribers.
1 million
like that.
subscribers. And if all of my 1 million subscribers aren't also subscribed to Liam Davidson, well, I've got a reputation and a name to uphold.
I've got a name to uphold. We gotta get it all out now.
So I can't go letting you walk, or else the world forgets I'm cold.
Get in the water.